Greetings, loved ones, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another vlog. This vlog is going to be probably either a couple days in my life or a week in my life, like maybe a work week in my life, of me getting back into my routines after traveling for so freaking long. So basically, since the last vlog that I put up, obviously you guys saw that I was in Nashville. The day that I got home was a Wednesday, and on Thursday, Finley and I decided that we were gonna go up to Vermont again, and then we were in Vermont for Friday and Saturday, and then we came back on Sunday. Sunday was Mother's Day, and the entirety of last week was spent with me just kind of like all jumbled in the brain, and I missed all of my workouts and just didn't have the time because we went to a Ren fair yesterday on Sunday for Mother's Day with Finley's mom, which was really nice, and his sister Delilah came with us as well, which was great, and we loved it. First fair of the season. But now that it's Monday, I'm like, all right, time to get back to my routine. Literally gotta track my workouts and stuff on my watch, and it's just about time for that. So I'm about to go over to my in-laws really quickly to use their little gym that they have, and also just because right now there's a lot going on at our house. The internet is out because we basically beam the internet from my in-laws house to our house, and ever since, you know, the leaves started growing back, they've kind of interrupted the line of sight of the beaming of the internet, if that makes sense. And so we need to contact the tree company to try and cut down some of the, yeah, just the leaves that are in the way, some of the branches, not like completely do a deforestation project, but just kind of trim the line of sight. And that's gonna take a little while, so I have to talk to my father-in-law about that. And then also our water heater is not working right now. I don't know if it's just like a circuit is out in it or something like that, but it's definitely quite annoying because we don't have hot water. So we've been taking cold showers. And I know some people are very into the cold shower train, but whew, it's more jarring when it's not by choice. You know what I mean? So we have to figure that out. And then also the painters are still painting the exterior and some of the interior of our house right now. And I am vlogging in the car because they are just grinding and sanding away, and it's very loud. So I'm just gonna head over to my in-laws right now and get a workout in and chat to you guys about some updates in my life. Okay, sounds good. Welcome back to the vlogs. Larry and Rue are also here with me because they love coming over to my in-laws house to play with their dogs, Coco and Lulu. You're gonna have a little play date while I work out? That's so fun. All right, hi guys. This is a bit of an awkward angle because I didn't bring my tripod, and so you're just propped up on the wall with like this little wooden slat underneath you. So sorry, it's just like my upper body, but whatever. We'll get into the workout in a second. I came over here to do a strength training workout on Copilot. I actually think that my coach is switching my plan today, so she might be introducing some new workouts, which would be exciting, and especially exciting because I haven't really been consistent with my workout routine for the past like 2 weeks, if I'm being honest, just because in that vlog where I told you about our home offer flop, we went to Vermont and that kind of threw me off of my rhythm, and I was talking about that in that vlog. I was like, I'll get to it next week. And then I went to Nashville, and then I went to Vermont again, and now we're home. And we're planning to be home for the next while until we have like a wedding to go to at the beginning of June, and that's in Maine. And then we're also gonna stay up there for our wedding anniversary, which is crazy. I can't believe that that's actually coming up right now. But anyway, we're not dealing with any of that in this video today. I'm basically just getting back into my kind of like homebody routine and doing laundry. I have 2 loads going, one in the dryer, one in the washer at home right now, which I'll get to when we get back. And I'm just kind of like rescheduling my work week and all of that kind of good stuff. So that's the plan, Stan. And I also brought over a little chocolate protein shake because I've had 2 Lara bars today, the chocolate peanut butter chip ones, my fave. And then this is just my Premier protein shake. 30 freaking grams of protein in this. Are you kidding? And it tastes just like chocolate milk. They're amazing. So I'm gonna have this and some water while I do my workout. But before that, I wanted to show you my little workout outfit because it's short season, y'all, and I am getting after it. So this little sports bra, actually the whole set is from Yonoga, and I got this little light pink top, and it's so supportive and nice. It's literally a double sports bra, so we have like the under layer and then the upper layer, but my favorite part is the back. I love the strap. I'm gonna move this bench to show you the shorts because I told Finley I'm coming for him with his biker short obsession. I'm not normally a workout shorts girl, but these are changing me. These are the Yonoga double pocket spandex shorts. And normally what I look for in workout sets is obviously comfortability. And then for my bras and tops like this, I normally go for high support. So when I'm like bending over, the girls don't pop out. And also cuteness, obviously. And then normally for workout pants, I just look for something that's kind of high-waisted, that's gonna like lift the booty, but also, you know, cover more of the tummy. All of their products are so freaking soft, stretchy, and just flattering to the bod. So I wanted to share them with you, also because they're very affordable. If you guys are in the US, you can actually get all of Unoga's products on Amazon. If you're not in the US, you can just shop their website, which will also be linked down below. And with the link in the description, it's gonna have an automatically applied discount for also 10% off with code Meghan. But I mean, even without the discount, their products are so affordable with prices as low as $18.99. They do not sacrifice the quality of the product for it being more affordable, which we love. So thank you to Unoga for sponsoring this video and providing me a really cute workout outfit for the day. I'm like, OOTD, I might do this every week. Maybe I'll make it a little portion of the vlog whenever I work out to be like, and this is what I'm wearing. Anyways, let's get this workout in. Thinks I'm the strongest woman in the world. I just realized that this exercise says 15 reps with 5 pounds per side, and I thought that it was 5 reps with 15 pounds per side, and I was like, I can't physically do this. I need 5s. That's easier. All right, what's up guys? I have my purple flare here, and it's a little bit later than when I was just working out because I was over at my in-laws and I saw my father-in-law and we were talking about the water heater and the internet and what are the next steps for all those things as they get fixed and everything. Rural life with internet is just really a feat in general. Like Finley, when he talks about growing up out here, he's like, I don't remember having internet for a very long time in my childhood. And I think like we only got it, you know, just a few years ago to where it was actually reliable, but it's just the way that it is. And there's just one internet provider out here for all of these big rural farms. And so when there's a power line down or, you know, some kind of an outage, it affects a lot of places. And right now it's just affecting us and we just have to clear some trees. And I think that's gonna happen in the morning. And then I think our water heater might need to be replaced. So who knows? But anyways, I'm focusing on this right now. This giant purple flare-up that I actually had to make differently today because I need to go grocery shopping and I have no milk. So I made it with water and yogurt. Let's try it out. I'm a little scared. It's fine. It's good. I figured while I start to drink this, I'm gonna do a little meal time with you guys. Or really, Finley placed this order. I let him pick out because I got some incense cones for our house here. Since we have incense holders, like regular stick incense holders, in storage somewhere, but here at this house, I wanted to have something to replace my excessive candle use right now. And so when I was at a Shop of Things in Nashville, I showed you guys that I got some incense cones and I was talking about how I wanted maybe like a log cabin incense cone burner or something. And Finley was like, well, let's look on Etsy. And then we found this gorgeous piece. It's very fragile, so as soon as I get it out of this very well wrapped unit, I'll show it to you. The sustainable urge to save all of this bubble wrap for when we move. I'm gonna do it. But this is the incense burner that we got. So basically it's a woman and she holds this open pot right here, and the smoke, because the smoke is heavier than air, it pours down her body. So I'll put an incense cone in here once I clean up upstairs. You know when you like don't want to light something smelly until you've cleaned up a bit? That's me today. So I'm gonna put it here for right now, but I'm probably gonna move that upstairs to the TV room and we can have that nice little scent for breaking in my new incense cones. So that was what I ordered. And then we just have some stuff that Finley got at the Ren Fair yesterday, but 2 of them are fragile and really well packaged. But we did get one thing that's not as packaged up that I can show you right now. And it's this beautiful wall hanging with sunflowers and a little fox, because we do live in fox hunting country where we are now. So it would be kind of like an ode to this area. And we wanted it to be that. And it's just like a nice little tree blowing its leaves and the fox is just kind of just contemplating life, you know, and then it has these nice fake flowers and maple leaves and moss and everything. So I'm probably just gonna package all of these things away from the Ren Fair and put them in storage until we move into our future Vermont house. Because Finley and I both agreed that it's going to feel like Christmas when we move. Anyways, cheers to that. Can't wait. I need to take a cold shower now. All right, guys, since the hot water's still out, all I did was a quick PTA wash. Pits, tits, and ass. But also like my feet and stuff. So I guess it was a little more than a PTA, but it was just a quick rinse with a bar of soap under the faucet of the upstairs bath because I didn't want to be in just the shower getting shocked with cold water. I'm just really not used to that, and I'm not a fan, you know? I love a nice warm water shower, but I'm just gonna put on some cute little jewelry and I'm gonna go run errands at the post office, and I'm just in my cute, nice, this is my laundry day dress, and it is laundry day. I thrifted this years ago, but it's a very like, you know, fun, slouchy dress, and then underneath it, I'm wearing this bra from Les Buns, and it was a Francis Cannon collab. So there's a ton of cute little doodles on there from Francis. Love it. Rude, Dad just sent you something.
Beep, 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 Bruce got tiny feet. Beep, 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 Bruce got tiny feet. Beep, 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 she's got tiny feet. They call her Mrs. Sleeps. When she takes a test, she loves her cheese.
That was a good song. She loved it. Fancy seeing you here, Harry. I stopped at the post office on the way here because I had to send off a skirt to this gal, Allison, who messaged me and was like, hey, I want that skirt that you said didn't fit at the end of last vlog that I watched. And I was like, okay. So she paid me for it. I sent it, and here we are. But now I'm at Wegmans, and I'm gonna go do a little grocery shop for some things I wanna make this week. We're also out of a ton of stuff, so I'm just gonna do some refreshing. Also, I wanted to say that I normally come here when I'm like already in this area because the gym is close by. But at the same time, I was like, I just need so much stuff. I can't wait till tomorrow. I gotta get my milk. I gotta get stuff for dinner tonight. I gotta get so much. So here we are. Well, that was an absolute success. I got all of this stuff here to make all this week, hopefully. And also, one of my Twitch viewers, Carly, she lives in Pennsylvania, and so she has a Wegmans near her, and she DM'd me on Instagram the other day and was like, have you ever tried the Wegmans brand of kombucha? And I was like, no, I have not. And I told her I would for her, because I love her. So let me show ya what we're drinking. This is the mint lemonade kombucha from Wegmans. Let's try it. That is gorgeous. It's actually not that good compared to GT's. I'm not shocked. GT's is definitely the best. The only reason I say it's not that crazy good is because you can't really taste the mint that much. And it's like, if you're gonna say that's the flavor, I want a little more mint. Mint lemonade is one of my favorite drinks ever. So figured, you know, nice refreshment on the way home. But let's head back. I want to start for dinner either some cod or spaghetti, and I can't pick. So I'm gonna think on it while I listen to Tyler Childers on the way back. All right, are y'all ready for a Wegmans haul? I'm doing laundry in the other room, by the way, if you hear anything going on. But first off, we got some Homestead Creamery milk. Unfortunately, they were out of our favorite red top ones, so we had to get the gold top one, which is creamline milk. And it's not our favorite. It's just like this much cream at the top. So we're gonna try to like blend it and incorporate it a little bit, but it's just, you know, extra creamy. Sometimes you don't want that. I also got some produce. I got those green onions, 2 tomatoes, and then I'm realizing that, you know what's good about making grocery hauls is seeing the accountability that I have for the produce I haven't eaten since the last haul. I have a remaining amount of baby spinach, but I knew I'm gonna run out soon, so I also got a big thing of it as well. I also got, for either dinner tonight or tomorrow or something, some fresh cod, and I got 2 pounds of that, and I'm gonna make that for like a full recipe. I got some kombuchas. I'm gonna try this flavor too of the Wegmans kombucha, the raspberry lemon ginger, but of course I got a ton of GTs, and I think that's it for the fridge and freezer. I also got some allergy medicine. This is just like comparable to Zyrtec. My allergies have been so bad lately. And then for spaghetti night that we may have tonight, I'm unsure, I got brown rice pasta because I want to try it out. I got a lot of recommendations for brown rice pasta as a way to get in some more protein, because this bad boy has 4 grams of protein compared to, you know, non-gluten-free. So I got that, and then I also got garbanzo beans to make falafel with, tahini, and Grandpa Sosco's vegetarian, which is my favorite sauce from Wegmans. It's so good. Also, I got more Lara bars for Finley because he brings those to work every day now. And I also got a ton of produce over here: bananas, onions, shallots, garlic, the whole 9 yards. And Rue is patiently waiting for Dad to get home. Or she might be waiting for a treat that's sitting up there. Either way, she's very cute. Are you itchy? Okay, the internet seems to be working okay right now, so I'm currently making Cozy Peach Kitchen's meaty spaghetti, but the vegetarian version, obviously. And I just browned my little meat alternative. I actually got this at Wegmans earlier and I forgot to show it to you because it was kind of de-thawing for dinner tonight in the sink. But I just used the Wegmans version of the plant-based pea protein, and it's just like a ground beef alternative. And I've already added in a teaspoon of sugar, deglazed the pot with a tablespoon of balsamic. I put in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, salt-free. It's ready to be added with sauce, so I'm gonna do that now. Now, something random I really like to do with this recipe is wash out the remaining part of my jar here and fill it to 2 1/4 on the line because it has measurements on this jar. Oh, actually I need to fill it to 2 1/2, so I'm just gonna go up like the smallest amount there. And then I'm gonna add in 2 teaspoons of my broth concentrate so that it can interact with this and get all of the tomato goodness out of the jar as well as be broth at the same time mixed into the dish. I added in the sauce and broth and noodles and it's cooking down very nicely. I'm excited to try the brown rice pasta. It's Finley's favorite night, spaghetti night.
She's seeing you every week. Forever.
He wants it. He wants at least 1 spaghetti night a week. He requested it, which I think that's not so bad of an idea. I also put a bed of spinach.
Easy, right?
Yeah, it's a really easy recipe. Highly recommend. It's our fave. I put a bed of spinach at the bottom of my bowl, but I didn't put any in Finley's because he's anti-greenery unless it's snuck in somehow, like a little toddler.
I'm eating a ton of vegetables right now, have you know?
Tomatoes and whatever's in the sauce.
Good stuff. Plus, if you think about it, the vegan meat, that's made of vegetables too.
Yeah, pea protein. Let's try it. It's gonna be really hot. Amazing.
Is it good?
So good, yeah. I love this recipe. And I made it before my stream, which is very rare of me to do. I always get really hungry at 8 p.m. and then I'm like, oops, I gotta go stream. Girl, I ate that. Scrumdiddly yum yum a purr. And it was freaking delicious. Seriously, I couldn't even taste that I switched my spaghetti out for a gluten-free option. Miss brown rice pasta. A healthy choice, Rue. You couldn't even tell. Well, guys, I streamed for a total of like 20 minutes, maybe, of actual talking, at least. And then my stream crapped out on me, and I was just like, all right. Like, it literally just turned off because the internet went out. So I kind of took that as a sign to just wait until the trees are trimmed out of the internet beam line, and I'll be ready to go at a later date. But I just wanted to try and see if it worked. I'm honestly shocked that I even got 20 minutes out of the internet tonight. But now I'm just going to import all of this footage and start editing it, because why the hell not? So that's my plan tonight, and maybe if the internet comes back, then I can try to watch a show, but either way, I brought my Switch in here too. Maybe if I finish editing up to this point and I want to do some other stuff before bed, I'll just probably play a game that doesn't require any internet connection or anything like that. Well, I finished editing up until this point, so I brought up my Stanley Tucci taste book, which I'm still reading. I've been reading this through April and May, and I love it. And I also made a little Sleepy Girl mocktail, which is just tart cherry juice with no sugar added. And then I put in a strawberry lemon poppy as well, and it's delicious. So good. So I'm loving this combo. I'm just gonna read, drink this, and hit the damn hay. Good morning, y'all. A little 8 a.m. wake up today. I'm very proud of myself. I got to bed at a really reasonable hour. I even read. Ugh, who am I? Changed woman. Another day, another yoga sleigh. And my outfit of the day for barre class today, I'm going to barre instead of Zumba because my Zumba class has a sub instructor and I just don't want to go. So I'm going earlier to the gym today to go to barre. And I'm wearing these cute little, well, I have to show you the front first because it's amazing, but these like crossover, kind of a nice flattering cut of the flared yoga pants, just in black because I actually don't own black yoga pants and they flare out at the bottom. Love it. Do people wear shoes to barre class, by the way? But really, a moment of silence for the star of the show. This little lilac lavender tank top. And it's also kind of a flattering cut. I love it so much, but I'm not obsessed with the fact that I'm breaking out in the middle of my breasts. What can you do? But the back of it is really cute too. And it's the same thing as yesterday where it has like a supportive underlayer and then this over it. So you still get that support while looking super cute. And I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna leave for the gym in a little bit, but I just wanted to show you my outfit of the day. I'm realizing maybe I'm becoming a lavender girl. I just wanna slay in that lavender haze. Okay, I'm at the gym. I'll let you know when I'm out what I think about my first barre class. I'm very excited, you know? A lot of people that I know love barre.
1 hour later.
Barre was awesome. It has a lot of similar like Pilates movements, which I love, and I'll probably go to Pilates in the morning tomorrow, and then if I don't, I'll go to body pump because my favorite body pump instructor was the barre instructor today, and she always is. And she's so cool, and she's also a real estate agent. So after class, I told her about, you know, my current just like market in Vermont and what's happening. And she was just making me like so hopeful. And she was just like, you know, what's great about this is when you move, you don't have a house to sell here because that could take a while. And, you know, you don't need to worry about any of that stuff because you have a good spot and you aren't on a lease. So that makes you really easy breezy, you know, able to go up there or fly up there, drive up there whenever you want. And she was like, I know it's been so long, like you've been looking since the end of 2021, but the good thing is that like as soon as you close, just whoo, you're up there. And I was like, that's right. Sorry, I just dropped my Lara bar between the seats. Anyway, I'm gonna eat my Lara bar and go home and hopefully take a hot shower. But I guess I'm so sweaty right now that even a cold shower would be good. I don't know about the water heater. I don't know if it's fixed or not. Check me out. Totally matching my purple flirp. We're pretty cute together. Yep. And I have my milk back. Yeah, I got my milk back. What is it? I got my bitch back. That's an Olivia O'Brien song. Cheers. Well, I have to go shower at my in-laws' house because the water heater is being looked at and all the water in the house is off. And I found that out when I turned on the faucet. I was like, this is making a weird noise. Okay, so I'm gonna go do that now. I can't wait to shower. It's been a few days since I've done anything but just kind of splashing water, running my head just under the faucet and washing my hair that way. And then, you know, just getting my crevices. I need to do a full bathe. Success. I'm still doing a little tidying up, but the living room is pretty much complete. I just have to do some laundry, so I'm gonna start burning this beautiful candle. It's pear scented from Wine Wicks, and I love it. I just did kind of a random task that I haven't given much thought to since we moved in here, but I separated Finley and I's books. This is very clearly not all of our books. All of them are in storage in the little house, but this is all of the books I've read. This is all of the books I want to read, and then this is Finley's kind of combo pile. Because he's more of an audiobook kind of a guy and listens to a ton of stuff on Audible, but these are like all of his physical copies that are here. And then these ones as well are all of his physical copies that he wants to have out right now. Some of them are textbooks, some of them are like for pleasure, lots of different things. And then these are just my journals in my current book. I'm moving all of these jackets out from the mudroom and putting them up here in my coat storage because it's way too warm to wear any of these like wool lined jackets. So I'm just putting them in here for now. And then obviously I can always come up and get kind of my lighter jackets and sweaters from in here, but I'm just putting those away for the season too. Wahooey. Okay, Rue, you and Larry just alert me whenever the plumber comes to fix the water heater. All right? And I'm gonna be in here putting away the laundry and finally unpacking from Nashville, because no, I have not done that yet. And this is actually clean. I did a load of laundry before I packed for Nashville, and now I need to put all of that away, as well as this pile of some clean, some dirty clothes. You know when you just like throw everything on the bed and you're like, I'll figure it out later? That's me. So I'm gonna drink this kombucha from Wegmans, try it out, watch a little Parks and Rec if my internet's working, and if not, I'll just listen to a podcast on my phone that I downloaded ahead of time. But let's do this laundry right now. Wow. I did it all. And it took me a little while because I had to stop to hang out with the plumbers and my father-in-law and stuff, but I got everything all sorted. And also this is a tiny little extra pile of 2 items I forgot to bring back to Lindsay when we went to Nashville. So I need to like mail those to her or something like that. But I got everything all hung up and it looks totally wicked and wild in here. And Rue's ready for playtime. Okay. The plumber and my father-in-law just left, and I'm the only one home, so I was just getting all the information in my head, and I'm gonna relay it to you right now. So, the reason why our hot water hasn't been working just since Sunday, I mean, it may have broken before, but we were out of town in Vermont, so we didn't know until we came back. So it's the worst case scenario, a cracked pipe underneath the foundation of the home, which is horrible because this is an 1800s, like very historic house, you know? It's been here for so long, and a lot of the flooring and all that kind of stuff is original, and my father-in-law is very like historically accurate in his curation of homes, like the stuff that he brings into the house. Obviously he'll update appliances and stuff like that, but like the wood and specific parts of the flooring, you know, like he wants it all to be pretty historically accurate to the time period. And this house has been functioning fine for a while, except now because the hot water pipe cracked and is leaking underneath the foundation of the house and draining into our driveway. And there was like a pool of water, and I actually noticed the pool of water yesterday because it's right where the painters park their van, like their work van. And I thought that they were just filling up buckets of water and dumping those buckets of water into the driveway. I don't know what the painters do with the water, but I just assumed it was them, you know? And then the plumber just came over, and I was the only one here, so he was asking me questions being like, have you noticed the pool of water in the driveway? And I was like, oh yeah, I just noticed it yesterday, but like the house is being painted. I thought it was the painters, blah, 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 what I just told you guys. And he was like, well, come outside with me because I think it's something else. And he showed me this little PVC pipe that's like coming out of the side of the hill, which I'll put in a clip of while I'm explaining this, because I'm going to show you all this stuff in the house just so you get like a visual representation. But the PVC pipe is draining a constant flow of water. Not right now in this clip because we had to turn off the valve so that it wouldn't continue doing that, but it had a steady flow of water draining there. And he was like, I think that a pipe cracked under the house, and the only way to access it would be jackhammering through all of this historic stone. I forget the name of the exact flooring that this is called in our dining room and kitchen, but it's very old. And so, you know, we had to call my father-in-law to come over and be like, hey, can the plumbers jackhammer the shit out of this floor for like a week straight, you know, and then install a new hot water line underneath the house, and then we would have to fill it in with concrete and replace the floors. And it was just like a huge job and totally worst case scenario. That's why I said that at the top of this story. And then when he came over, he was like, well, we could just put a new hot water heater in the mudroom here and, you know, have it all hooked up through electrical. So the electrician needs to come tomorrow and set up all the electrical first to be able to hook up a new water heater in our mudroom where like we hang all of our jackets. But we're just gonna need to relocate all of those things to place a water heater there. And then the water heater will have pipes that will run around the ceiling and then up behind the refrigerator, up through the cabinets into the faucet that is our kitchen sink, so that the dishwasher and the kitchen sink can have hot water. So as soon as the electrician comes, then the plumber said that they can do that job within like 3 days, but it's not as big of a job as the jackhammering. And obviously when something big like this happens, you have to look at the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is the fact that they're very old galvanized steel pipes that they stopped using in modern modern plumbing, and one of them just cracked, leaked, and it's, you know, like I said, draining into the driveway, and that's the hot water line, but the cold water line has not done that yet. And so the plumber was like, well, what are you gonna do when the cold water line does this eventually? And my father-in-law was like, I'll deal with it then, because we just need to do a quick job and pray and hope that it doesn't happen, you know, knock on wood, to the cold water line as well down the road. But hopefully we can get like 15, 20 years out of this solution. It's kind of like putting a Band-Aid on the problem, but a pretty good Band-Aid, I would say. I would have never thought of that. You know, I was just sitting in the kitchen with them being like, yeah, yep, absolutely, taking my notes of what to tell Finley when he comes home from work and shit like that. But basically, to stop the draining into the driveway, like I said, they turned off a valve from the hot water pipe that was leaking, and so now we don't have hot water from the wall at the bottom of the staircase that leads into our dining room, all throughout the dining room, all throughout the kitchen, laundry room, mudroom area. But we do have hot water in the upstairs powder room at the top of the stairs, and then our other bathroom upstairs on the top level, which has the clawfoot tub. So there's no shower there, it's just a tub, so we can at least use that now with hot water for the next coming days while this is all being sorted out, and then the hot water will eventually come back to this shower, because this is the only like standing shower in the home. The clawfoot tub does have like a hand attachment, you know, like a shower attachment that you can kind of do that with. So that's just gonna be what I'm doing until this all gets sorted, because also jobs take a lot longer than they say. So we'll see, you know, whenever the electrician can come out. But damn, I was not expecting this to be what the case was. Finley and I both were like, I think we might just need a new water heater, but that wasn't the problem. But it's fixable, so yeah. Anyways, I got a lesson in plumbing today because I didn't know any of this, but that's the 411. This is a terrible angle, but I'm using this mixing bowl and this cutting board, so I'll like come in closer in a second. But I'm about to start marinating the cod that we're gonna have for dinner. I'm very fucking excited about it. So basically yesterday when I was over at my in-laws' house, I noticed on their table in the living room the Mediterranean cookbook. I'll put a photo of it on the screen. This is the book. I went through this and I took photos of every single recipe that I wanted to make, because the Mediterranean diet is my dream diet, minus all of the lamb and the chicken. You know, just such good vegetable and fish dishes, and it's not like they're like anti-carb or anything like that, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say that food is like good or bad, I'm just saying that they like allow a lot, and it's great, and I love that as like a general, you know, plan to follow. Not that I'm on any kind of a specific diet, I just took a bunch of photos of recipes I wanted to try. So we're gonna start off tonight with some basil and garlic cod. And so I'm starting by opening the 2 pounds of cod that I got, and I'm gonna put it in this mixing bowl, and then I'm gonna marinate it with like lemon juice and basil and a shit ton of garlic and some other seasonings, which you'll see me do in a second. And then whatever we don't eat, I can reheat and make like fish tacos, or use it just generally for meal prep throughout the week. To the bowl, we're going to add salt and pepper to taste. I'm gonna do some more salt because there's some bottom pieces that I can't get at. And then 2 tablespoons finely chopped fresh oregano. So I need to go and get some of that from the garden, along with 15 basil leaves, and we're gonna shred those. But for what I can add now, how many tablespoons are in a 1/4 cup?
4 tablespoons.
Now this recipe calls for 6 tablespoons of olive oil, so a 1/4 cup, and then we will do 2 more tablespoons, and then I can add in a teaspoon of coriander. I'm using a 1/2 teaspoon, so I can do kind of half and half in the bowl. And then also 1 teaspoon of paprika. I'm using smoked paprika because I'm obsessed with smoked paprika. Anytime that a recipe calls for paprika, I just do the smoked version because I prefer it to have kind of a smoky taste. But if you don't do it. Now I'm gonna do 1, okay, that's like 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. That lemon had less juice than I originally anticipated. Now, taking off the outer layers of 10 cloves of garlic is gonna take me a while. So just pretend that I peeled and minced and added to the bowl 10 cloves of garlic. I put this all in a big mixing bowl, chopped all of those fresh herbs, put them on top. And now it says that you could either have placed this in a mixing bowl or a large resealable plastic bag. And you add all of the ingredients in this photo of the recipe, which I'll put on the screen if you wanna make it. And I'll probably put it on my Instagram story or something like that if it turns out well. But you add all the ingredients except for the shallots and the tomatoes. Stir it to combine, place the mixture in the refrigerator, and let the cod marinate in it for 1 hour. Stirring or shaking occasionally. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna kind of mix it around, put it in there for an hour, take it out, preheat the oven, and bake it.
Later that same evening.
Okay, I'm back in the kitchen, and Finley and I have just been hanging out gaming upstairs. Honestly, when he got home from work, I've been playing a shit ton of Cozy Grove. That game has not made me bored of it yet, which is fantastic. I've been playing it for a very long time, and I just feel like I still have so much more to do, you know? I have so many more spirits to discover on the island, so highly recommend. It's also like $14 maybe on the Switch store, and I think when I got it, it was like 11. So, you know, good deal on a game. Anyway, I came down here and I also chopped up some tomatoes for dinner, just 2 big tomatoes and 2 shallots as well. And I'm going to assemble the dinner now to bake, along with also some broccoli. The recipe did not call for this, but I just want the fish to have something, you know, cruciferous on the side, something larger. So let's assemble this while I listen to Seth Rogen Returns to Armchair Expert. It's a good episode. His first one was good too.
It's not until I could afford to live any other way that I did. I started collecting like antique ashtrays and vintage ashtrays and table lighters and things like that. And I would show them to people just who came over. I would post them on Instagram sometimes. And I could tell people just really liked them. And especially if you smoked weed, there's nothing for you. Nothing is being made for you. And the things that are being made for you generally suck.
They're like placating you?
Yeah, or they're just like tie-dye or like have like a fucking like a yin-yang on them and for no reason. Like it's just like dumb hippie shit that is meaningless. I got to hear very directly firsthand from the people who were there the philosophies behind the creation of Apple computers, and there was some similarities with weed, honestly. At the time, people were very afraid of computers. Like, they were stigmatized because they were generally the bad guys in movies. People are afraid of weed. Weed's been considered very illicit in a lot of places. It's something that people have, like, hidden under their desk and in their drawers for a long time, and we don't think it should be any of those things. And so treating it like a good product is something we talk a lot about because that destigmatizes it.
Yeah.
The fact that it's not treated with reverence as a product is honestly, to me, a result of its stigmatization and doesn't help the stigmatization of it. It's a great product and it should be treated as such.
Okay, this seriously looks fucking incredible. So healthy, delicious, and amazing, and I hope that it tastes as good as it looks before. I mean, this is literally raw, you know? So let's cook her at 425 for, I think, 20 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna set my timer for 15 so that I can check on my broccoli as well, because I don't know how much I want it to crisp up in there. Okay, I brought this out of the oven at 15 minutes, and then I kept this in for an additional 5, so it cooked for 20, and it looks amazing. So let's plate it. Wow, 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 wow. This fish recipe was kind of time intensive, but honestly so worth it. I hope. I haven't actually tried it yet, but I just think it looks so good, and it just could feed a lot of people as well, even with 2 pounds of cod. Like, I gave us both 2 big pieces of fish, but honestly, like, this could feed like 7 people if everybody just got 1 helping of it, you know what I mean? But we love fish night, so I'm excited. And I think we're gonna go upstairs and watch a DVD because our internet's still out. So I got out my DVD collection and I let Finley pick our movie. Are you so excited, Larry? Finley picked my SpongeBob DVDs. Well, good morning. It's the next day now. It's Wednesday, and I'm getting ready to go to Pilates in a little bit. So I wanted to show you my fit. I'm wearing this little white workout top, layered with a white sports bra under it that I already had. This sports bra is kind of dingy, and I might need to get rid of it soon, because my black version of it is withstanding the test of time, and my white version is not. But you know what is not dingy at all is this Yoga top, and it's very light and flowy, soft, cutie pie. It's just like a nice little white tank, and then my leggings are this cute little burgundy color, and I don't have any leggings of this color, and I'm so excited to like match these to things in my wardrobe because I just feel like the color's so rich and fantastic, and I love them. This is my Pilates fit. I can't wait. I haven't been to Pilates in 2 weeks because one of the weeks I was in Vermont, and then the week after that I was in Nashville. So now I'm back. Whoa. All right, folks, I'm at the gym, and on the way here, or maybe even before, I don't know, but I got coffee on my white shirt, and this is why I can't wear white. My allergies, they're really acting a fool lately. But seriously, I'm pissed off about this. I should have gotten it in black.
1 hour later.
Pilates was incredible. So hard. Really hard abs. And we were doing an ab workout to close before we were stretching, and I tell you guys about my funny Pilates instructor and how she just doesn't try to be funny, she just is. But when we were doing it, she was like, oh, my tummy after this so flat and my ass so tight. And I was just like, oh my God. Maybe she said abs so tight, but I'm pretty sure I heard ass. I was gonna ask for clarification, but I thought that it would be weirder if I like asked that question to the class. The only thing about this gym that pisses me off is they don't have enough yoga blocks for either my barre class yesterday or my Pilates class today. And like, there's not enough blocks to fill the spots that are allowed in the room, which I think is 18 people per class. And it's just so fucking frustrating because we ask for them and we're like, hey, we need more blocks. And they're like, okay, got it. And then they don't get more. And every single week, there's like at least 2 or 3 people who just don't get blocks and can't do the exercises normally. And it's like, come on. Anyway, I'm gonna go to my in-laws now and finish my strength training workout. And I would have done it here, but again, forgot my headphones. I know I said this in a past vlog, but I need to just keep my headphones in the car, and then I won't have an excuse like this. But anyway, I'm going there now. I'm listening to Jane Fonda on Armchair and doing my co-pilot.
I just hate old people who say, oh my God, back in the day it was so much better. We had victory gardens in those days because food was rationed. Slow down.
Hi guys, it's the next day now and I'm at the gym, and I wanted to apologize for only showing you my workouts yesterday, but I promise I have a good reason for why I wasn't sharing more than that, and I'll tell you the story when I'm out of class, but I have to go to class right now. So, Zumba time.
Eventually.
Hey guys, I just left the gym and came and parked in the shade across the street so that I could get freaking comfortable in the car and have a little vent sesh, car chat, all of the things. Zumba was incredible. I just saw my friend Lamise for the first time in like 2 weeks because I've been traveling, and she said she missed me so much. I missed her so much, and we caught up, and I told her really a shorter version of what I'm gonna tell you, but there's just a lot of factors to this story. And before I even tell this story, I do want to say I am aware that maybe 2 vlogs ago when I was talking about the like home offer we were unable to make because everybody else was waiving inspections and we didn't want to. So we were unable to even put together an offer because our realtor knew that we wouldn't get accepted. So that was the state of the union back then. And I said in that video when I was updating you guys, I'm probably not going to tell you about every home offer that falls through, but this one was the first offer we were officially able to make on Tuesday night, and not getting this house crushed me to my core. It's literally like bringing tears to my eyes again. But I'm gonna try not to cry because we just need to like keep on chugging. But the reason I want to talk about this is because it feels demoralizing and at times unattainable, right? Like, is it ever gonna change? Are we ever gonna be able to buy a house? And, you know, questioning those things and thinking about it a lot, it questions my like inner optimism as well. And I cried so hard last night when I found out that we didn't get the offer for so many reasons, but I'm done crying, okay? We're gonna tell the story. So I'm not gonna tell you guys too many details about the house, just for the people who actually got the offer accepted for their privacy and stuff. But let me just say that it was perfect. It was, you know, an old enough house to where we could do some renovations to it on a lot of land. The pigs could come with us. It was amazing. And the views were iconic, and we just loved it so much. And we toured it last weekend, and when we were leaving the tour, we knew that we were gonna put an offer on the house. An old couple is living in it currently, and they're trying to downsize because there is no primary bedroom on the first floor, meaning they want a ranch house so that it's more accessible for them as they get older, right? Also, the very, very unique, and I don't know if this is gonna happen again, kind of a situation for this house, is that our realtor was the listing agent on the home. So basically, he told us about it ahead of time, like actually at our last tour when we couldn't even make the offer on the last house. When we were leaving that, he was like, I just want to let you guys know, I have a beautiful new home coming up, and I think that it would be perfect for you guys. So there's always something else out there, right? Like trying to keep us optimistic. And we were like, all right, I hear you. And then when that came on the market and he was the listing agent on it, we were like, hey, so how does this work with you being our realtor, but you're representing the seller as well? Like he is listing and taking photos of the house and describing it, and he wants to sell the house for these people, right? So if you were representing the buyer as well, it doesn't really make sense. So he told us at the tour that if we really wanted to make an offer on it, because we did, and we told him that, he was like, all right, well then I'll put you in contact with my associate. And so we got connected with her, and when we drove away from seeing that house, we were like, oh my God, incredible. The ball is in our court. Because him being the listing agent on the home, he knows the sellers. He can talk to the sellers, and he told us, I really want you guys to live here. I really, really do. And so I'll refer you, you can put together an offer, and you may have a chance at getting this house. So we're like, okay. And we put together a very competitive offer, like to the point where both of us were looking at each other being like, this is insane. Like, this is unwell. And this brings up the point that I wanted to address, where it's like, I'm so aware that I also am the problem. That when I put in a really competitive offer and am convinced to waive inspection and go significantly over asking and go all in on a house, like, not only do I feel like a fucking idiot, I also feel like this is what creates the problem, and I don't want to stoop as low as other people who are making the market get driven up. But also at the same time, our new mantra has unfortunately become eat or get ate. Somebody else is going to do that, and they will get the house, because that's just the way that things are working right now. So it's almost like you do have to stoop to their level. You do have to do those things like waiving inspections and going over asking, or putting in, you know, an escalation clause where you're going up in increments. You offer a base price and it's like a little over asking, you know, and then you go up in increments until you reach your threshold where you're like, and it would be crazy to go over this number, but you can like go up and beat out any other offer up until that point. So we did put in an offer that had an escalation clause, and we were like, okay, this is gonna be good, and I think it's very competitive. And our realtor, who he referred us to, his associate, was iconic. She is such a shark, and she was just like answering all of our questions and making our offer just more attractive and telling us like the reality. And we were telling her, so we do want an inspection, and she was like, legally, I cannot advise you to waive inspection, but I will tell you that other people are going to do it, and they are going to have a more attractive offer because of it. So if you also want a more attractive offer, then maybe something to consider. And so Finley and I were just like, fuck, okay. We just have to, I guess, go back on our morals. And then also a bigger part of this is that I know that people are driving up the markets in these areas where it makes it unattainable for the people who live there, you know, and want to also buy a house. And I get that. I really do. I had a comment on my last video when I talked about the home offer flop, and it was from somebody who lived in New Hampshire. So to you, if you're watching this video, I saw your comment, I responded to it. I don't know if you responded back, but they basically were just like, I don't feel bad for you because you're like driving up the market in my area that is also making it so unattainable for me. And I was like, I hear you and I feel you. And at the same time, like, while I can empathize with that situation, you have to look at it like somebody else is going to do this who is an investor or a house flipper or a shithead. You know what I mean? Like, just somebody who's going to buy the house either way. And it's kind of like, aren't we the the lesser of two evils to be like a young couple just trying to like move into the community and contribute to it and like be a part of something bigger. And also, it's not like it's fucking easy to move to Vermont. You know what I mean? Like, we are being put through multiple steps to the point where it's like, at times we question, is it worth it? You know? And then we're like, yeah, this is what we want. This is our goal. Like, this is where we want to live. And it's because it's so beautiful, and it's because we respect the community so much, and it's because it's a state where whenever we look at it, we're like, a third of the land in conservation, great schools, great people, friendly, beautiful views. Oh my God, actual seasons, well-rounded folks who enjoy hiking and gardening and all of the things, the homesteading stuff that we also enjoy. And there's really not that many places in the country that are that attractive to us. And so that's why everybody else is also attracted to that area. So I was kind of trying to explain to this person, like, anywhere that's appealing, people are going to flock to it. It's just the way that it goes. But at the same time, I can acknowledge I am the shithead. I was living in Oregon before it was so fucking expensive out there that we were like, we can't buy out here. And not only due to the price, but also because climate change. And we were evacuated from wildfires and having livestock and animals and, you know, wanting to start a family. It just doesn't make sense to settle in an area that's so fucking scary. But I was just talking to my friend Lamise after Zumba, and she was like, West Coasters are ruining everything. Y'all stay out there with your smog and your wildfires and everything. And I was like, Lamise, you have to remember, I also moved here from Oregon, so also I am the problem. And she was like, no, not you. And I was like, no, me. Like, me, I am. Because I see Vermont as a zip code that feels safe to me. That, like, I can go and, I don't know, raise a family in. And, like, I'm getting teary-eyed about it just because it was traumatic being evacuated from wildfires and stuff like that, and thinking about, oh, where is safe to have kids and raise a family? And then I know that that also brings up the thing where people will, like, watch me say this and be like, you shouldn't even have kids. Which, we're not gonna get into that, okay? I've always wanted to be a mom, and Finley's always wanted to be a dad, and we want that. But first, we need a house. I'm trying to really examine this from all sides, and it can just feel really frustrating, which is why I wanted to have this car teary-eyed vent sesh with you. I need to get myself together because I hate my crying voice. I don't hate it. I don't hate anything about myself, but it's just a lot, and it's hard to get through communicating things to you well when I'm so teary-eyed. Anyway, I think that I've examined all aspects of this that will make it seem more explained to you. Like, these are the reasons, these are the things that I acknowledge. And I also, Finley and I were talking yesterday, like, us putting in a competitive offer that was insane is such a privilege. And the fact that we were even able to do that and still didn't get the house means that it is fucking 5 times worse, if not more, for people who are lower income, you know? And it is an immense privilege to be in the place that we are. My camera just overheated and turned off at a very inconvenient time. But honestly, maybe for the best, because I shouldn't be doing the whole thing with you where I'm saying, like, I've worked so hard for everything that I have. It's like, okay, yeah, so is fucking everybody else. And we're still not in the same financial, like, we're not on the same spectrum. And it's hard for you, but it's even fucking harder for me. Like, that's what I'm imagining people are saying in their heads watching me right now. And I think that while it's helpful to check in with your privilege and be like, I acknowledge that this is really, like, I put in a very competitive offer that is probably not attainable for many people. All I'm saying is that, like, even though we did that, we also still didn't get it, which is not like a, oh, you should feel bad for me thing, but it's an insane thing. It's more like, can we just look at the absurdity of this market right now? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Ridiculous. So basically, this is what happened yesterday. And this is why I stopped vlogging after I was working out in the gym at the last clip that you saw on Wednesday. Our realtor called me and she was high spirits, which is great. And offers were due on Tuesday night. This was Wednesday morning when she called. So I was like so excited and smiley. I even vlogged like the clip of me answering, which I'll put in while I'm talking. And basically she said that there was 6 offers and they chose 2 of them to decide between. And ours was one of those 2. And the other person's offer was higher than ours in price. So she asked us if we were able to financially meet that offer because the sellers and the listing agent, our old realtor, which he's still going to be our realtor, but we were just referred to somebody else for this specific house. But because he was a listing agent on the home, he told them about us. He was like, this young couple, they've been looking for so long, you know? And and they were looking for somebody like us to move into that house. They had been living in that house since the 70s. It would have been really great to have a young couple move in for them. So they were like, you know what? You're right. Meghan and Finley, they should get another shot to be able to meet this crazy offer. So we yesterday went to the bank and we were like, can we financially do this? And we raised our offer to meet theirs. And we both were like, fuck it, like all in. This feels insane, but also it kind of feels like our mantra, eat or get ate. Like somebody is going to get this house and they want to give it to us. And it's wild that they gave us another shot, because that is unprecedented for them to come back and be like, hey, we really want you to move here. Can you meet this? You know, because they're offering more money and we're going to take the one with more money, you know? So we basically were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Just black it out and we're going to be happy as soon as they sign the contract being like, we accepted your offer. And that's when we would celebrate, you know? And so we were waiting on them to do that. And I was so exhausted from feeling so many emotions throughout the day. I felt like a crazy person. I felt like an idiot. I just felt like, oh my God, everything was moving so fast. So at about 4:15-ish, I went to take a nap and Finley was still at work and I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and our realtor texted us, I have bad news. Can you call me? And I was asleep or trying to sleep. And then Finley called her at work and then called me right after. And his call woke me from my slumber. And I answered it and he was like, hey, I don't know if you saw the text from our realtor, but she had bad news. And I called her and basically they went with the other offer, because even though we met the highest offer, they went back to them and they were like, hey, so somebody else met the highest offer. And they were like, well, then we're going to do something so unattainable and crazy that they're not ever going to be able to meet that. Somebody just pulled in next to me, but I'm just going to ignore it. So yeah, then they just made such an absurd and high offer, threw so much money at the sellers that the sellers were like, and they were in really a toss-up. If the angle keeps changing, it's because my camera keeps overheating and turning off. I parked in the shade so that my camera wouldn't be directly in the sunshine, but I don't know if that's actually helping. Anyways, this morning we woke up to an apology email from our realtor, the listing agent on the home, and he basically said, morning Finley and Meghan, I am so sorry about what happened yesterday. I was really pushing for your offer, but the sellers decided to accept the other offer because that buyer came way up in their offer. The seller felt really torn, but listened to their relatives about not leaving money on the table. Again, so sorry. So basically, Finley replied, and this is like why I love Finley. He goes, it's really all right. We were just happy to have someone advocating for us at all. That was really kind of you. Sorry. At the end of the day, if I understand correctly, these are grandparents selling a home, and every dollar of lost sale money is a dollar that could pay for a grandchild's education or something else valuable to them. We can't expect what would essentially be a donation of tens of thousands of dollars from a complete stranger when that money could go to a lot of places closer to their heart. While not getting that home was very disappointing, not anyone's fault, we will keep chugging along. It was certainly a learning experience, and we should be better informed and prepared now for when we put in our next offer. Thanks again for rooting for us, Finley. It's so true though. You know what I mean? Like, those people who were selling that house, obviously they're going to take the most money. Even if they empathized with our situation and how long we've been looking and they wanted a young couple in the house who could start their family there. Even if that's true, they still are like, that's enough money to pay for, you know, X, Y, and Z, like a new house, a new ranch house for us to downsize to, and, you know, still have some leftover money to give to my grandkids or give to my family or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't blame them for doing that. So while it really fucking hurts, it's also like, I get it. And you know, I think like what's different in this case is that last time when we were trying to put in an offer and we didn't want to waive inspection and we didn't think that the house was worth like a ton of money, and so we didn't put in a competitive offer. We didn't put in an offer at all on the last house, not this one that I'm talking about. I was talking about how there's no love for the little guy. And with this situation and this house and actually being able to put in an offer, I don't even feel like the little guy. I feel like a big guy. I feel like a big fucking fish that put in a really big fucking fish-sized offer, you know? And still, that was not accepted, and I feel like a shithead for it, but also at the same time, I feel really sad that even that wasn't enough. Anyway, I said I was gonna not cry or try not to cry, so obviously, you know, this situation was close to our hearts, and it hurt really bad, but you can't blame people for wanting to make a ton of money off selling their house. And I think when you are the highest bidder on a house, it's pretty like standard practice to be informed when somebody outbids you so that you do have the opportunity to go up, and the price that they went up to is just even more insane than what we had already raised it to. So, you know, this one is just a lost cause. So I guess just what I'm trying to say is that, like, I hope that, you know, you guys will listen to all aspects of this story and not just be like, you don't understand what you're talking about and I know better and this is my interpretation of what you just said. Just know that, like, if you think bad things about us and this situation, I'm prepared for that, and I also hope that I've given you enough information to where you'll be like, I understand why she did that. Do you know what I mean? Not that I'm a terrible person. I'm just trying so desperately to move to Vermont. And like I said, you know, earlier in this video, sometimes I do question, like, is it worth it? But then I know, like, I see myself there, and we were so close to this house. I could taste it. But anyways, yeah, I really haven't told that many people about this situation just because it's painful to relive, obviously. But I have told some people, and I wanted to tell you guys because I think that I owe it to you to be honest about all of these things and the crazy aspects of home buying in the Northeast right now. And from the last time I talked about this, I know that a ton of you can relate, especially in the Northeast. And yeah, that's why I wasn't vlogging yesterday, because I sobbed for over an hour, and then I got my shit together because we actually had to go to a dinner last night with family, and Finley was like, you don't have to come, like, you can just stay here, because I was crying so hard. And I was like, if I stay here, I will be so, like, situationally depressed by this situation. I will cry all night. I won't get anything done. And I think it would actually be better as a distraction for me to go and, yeah, see family and go to the dinner. So we did do that, and it was nice to be able to talk to some people about it. But really, it always makes me feel better to talk to you. So, yeah, I hope y'all will hear me out. And I want to say that I'm not holding out hope for this, but it is a possibility that their offer, maybe they don't actually have the money and maybe it falls through. But I don't know. All I'm saying is that sometimes people's circumstances change. I'm not holding out hope for it, and I'm not wishing ill upon them that it won't work out for them. I'm just saying that that's, like, still an option in the back of my mind, that that could happen, and we would be the first to know if that did happen. Anyway, that's where I was yesterday. That's what I'm dealing with this morning. I'm really happy I went to Zumba because I was so sad before class, and I was just like, I don't know if I want to go today, and I'm happy I did. So thanks for listening to this long update and for being there every step of the way throughout this process, because I just want to be transparent and talk about it with you and examine it from all sides and just have a well-rounded view on what's currently happening in the market and in my life and with my privilege and with my viewers, you know. And I just want to say I love you. Thanks for hearing me out. This has been a really long vlog and update, so I just want to say stay smiling, even though right now it does kind of feel hard to stay smiling. I'll be honest about that, you know, brother, it does. But I'm gonna keep on keeping on, and I hope y'all will do the same. And I think I'm gonna go try to see a friend today and just kind of get my mind off of this whole situation and get back to it whenever we see another listing, and we can go up and tour again and then put in another competitive offer. Anyway, every time that this happens, I look at Finley and I say, do you still have hope for us? And he says, yes, baby, I still have hope. I know that all of our Vermont dreams will come true, and we'll be able to see this to fruition, and, you know, all of our work and our emotional turmoil, it will all be for something when we sign a contract and move in. Anyway, I'm really gonna go now. When I'm not on here, you can find me on Patreon or on Twitch. Love ya. Stay smiling. Bye, y'all.